All right, welcome back, boys and girls, to the championship of the NGDL happening right here, right now. And I am excited for this one. This is a fantastic. This is going to be a fantastic match, I hope, between some really interesting squads. And while my own Miami Dolphins have been eliminated, yeah, I'm still pretty excited to see who's going to be the winner here between Cleveland 23's St. Louis Fletchinders and Captain B-Nard's Philadelphia Pidgeys. So, like last year, I am actually going to try to do a live, not a live narration, but a live reaction narration. So as soon as they're done the battle, I'm gonna go ahead and get the battle code. I'm gonna and as I watch it for the first time, I will be narrating. So that means we're gonna be playing. It's gonna be playing X1, so a little bit slower than I typically post my battles, but I think it'll be worth it as we find out together who will be the winner. In fact, the result has not been revealed, so everyone who is watching this premiere is finding out at the same time, aside from Quilliams23 and Captain B-Nard themselves, who the league champion is of the NGDL4. And yeah, so St. Louis obviously eliminated me last week, and yeah, climbed that 11-3 record. He has to be considered the favorite here. And yeah, so he has just like you saw if you saw me get a lip bounce by him, like it was 6-0. But he has an incredibly fast team full of sweepers, and that worked really well against my squad full of wall breakers. But he actually has, and let me go ahead and pull up his team. Like I said, a really fast, pretty much a sweeper team. He has a few slow Pokemon with some bulk, but the highlights of his team are really just those really fast and potent Pokemon. I'm including the Garchomp, the Thundurus, which he picked up from Mr. Chabri after beating him, the Raikou, the Infernape, even the Miltank is fast. But of course he added Magearna as well. So he has a little bit of a slower core, but it pretty much Sweepers is the name of the game. Now, he did make a transaction, or rather a swap from me after he defeated me. He actually took Araquanid, which is a kind of interesting swap for me, because I kind of anticipated him to take Celesteela, because Celesteela has such a fantastic matchup against Captain B-Nard. So it's kind of interesting that he didn't. Of course, he did have the Magearna already, so he's pretty comfortable with the Magearna. But I thought that the Celesteela had a better matchup, and kind of surprised that he didn't try to take Charizard instead of the Garchomp, because Charizard also has kind of a decent matchup against B-Nard. But he did get rid of Serena, which is not really a big deal. Yeah, we're going to see if that Araquanid plays a pretty key play at all against him. It was an interesting transaction, one that I didn't expect, because I didn't really think that the Sticky Webs really hurts B-Nard that much. So let's go ahead and take into B-Nard's team, which is actually a really bulky team. So it's actually a unique challenge here for St. Louis. While he did have the matchup advantage last week against me, because he got all his fast sweepers against my wall breakers, now he has to face the walls in Captain B-Nard and his Philadelphia Pidgeys, which is obviously highlighted by that Xerneas, that fearsome, which I went through in the last video when when we all saw his victory over Visualize, a stunning victory. That really strong Fairy Steel Dragon core there with his first 3 picks, and he didn't actually make any. He's just comfortable with his team. He didn't make any swaps after defeating his 2 playoff opponents. So it's pretty much more or less the same that when he started the playoff draft. But I do love his playoff draft additions there in kommo-o and Galvantula. But yeah, bulk is the name of the game. Maybe he's bringing sticky webs to counter B-Nard sticky webs. I don't even know. But on paper, Araquanid is I'm not sure what he's hoping Araquanid does for him. I mean, obviously, Araquanid can kind of hit hard with water moves, but it's not going to outspeed anything. The webs don't really hurt B-Nard that much because he has a slower draft, but it's going to be interesting to see how he ends up using it. So yeah, B-Nard's team is going to be incredibly tough to get around, and its bulk is going to actually provide a unique challenge here to St. Louis. While Quilliams at 23 in the regular season and early in the playoffs just overpowered teams with its incredible speed and destructive abilities. I don't think he's played a team as bulky as he has. He's played B-Nard in the regular season, and B-Nard actually beat him using that bulk. So it's going to be a really close matchup. Well, Quilliams 23 probably has, in my opinion, the better team. And probably one of the best teams in the league. Captain B-Nard also has a really great team, and I think Captain B-Nard's team matches up pretty well against Quilliams because while Quilliams' team can outspeed Captain B-Nard, it's going to have a hard time one-hit KOing things, or even, getting 2-hit KOs in some cases. So B-Nard's team is going to get a hit off, and it actually kind of matches up pretty well. I'm excited for this match. I want to see how Quilliams 23 adjusts. I want to see what his plan maybe for Araquanid is, or maybe it's just a red herring. Who knows? I'm really excited for this one. So, like I said, as soon as they are done the match, they are going to send it over to me, and I'm going to do this live narrated battle. So, I will see you guys in, well, you guys, just a few minutes. Well, a few seconds for you guys, and probably like an hour for me, looking at the time. But yeah, so let's go ahead and see together who's going to be league champ. Alright, so here we are, the finals of the NGDL4 between St. Louis and Philadelphia. Quite a bit later than I anticipated, but, you know, things got in the way. And this is, yeah, quite a bit later than I wanted to narrate this, but I really wanted to get this out to you guys. So on St. Louis, he's bringing Thundurus, Garchomp, Miltank, Slowking, Raikou, and Magearna. Interesting that he is not bringing the Araquanid. Philadelphia decided to bring, Captain B-Nard decided to bring kommo-o, Aggron, Araquanid, Goodra, Xerneas, and Incineroar. So I don't do these live narrations often, so I do apologize if the audio levels sound a little different. I probably should find a better way to do these, so hopefully it'll be okay, and yeah, this is the first time I'm going to go ahead and watch this battle, so you'll have my live thoughts, and I hope it's going to be a good one. So without further delay, let's go ahead and start this thing up. Alright, so, I am super hyped to see who wins this. So there is B-Nard, because we are seeing it from Quilliams23's, side. Keep in mind, I did ask Quilliams23 prior to the match to send me the battle code. I chose that randomly. Plus, we saw B-Nard's side against, you know, Visual Eye. So, yeah, it's not indicative of who won. And already, I guess I'll just tell you the turn count. You know what? No, I'm not. I mean, let's go ahead and keep this a surprise. So yeah, switching to Miltank here, which is interesting switch on the kommo-o. He has to have the Chople Berry, right? You would think. No way he switches in Miltank here against kommo-o, being, you know, that it's weak to fighting if it doesn't have a trick up its sleeve. B-Nard going for the Greed, the second Dragon Dance, maybe predicting the counter on Quilliam's end. And yeah, there is the counter. So that kind of confirms the suspicions. And a third Dragon Dance now for B-Nard. Wow, getting really greedy there, trying to get to +6. We saw this thing take a +6 extreme speed from God. Will this thing be able to take a +6 close combat? I don't even think a Chople will save it, because that is super effective. Well, I don't even know. Yeah, because it's super effective. Quilliams with a really great play, though, going for the Toxic, predicting the Dragon Dance there, so at least he has that. B-Nard obviously is expecting the Chople here, so that is a really good play there to get that thing Toxic Poison to limit the effectiveness of it. So Quilliams is going to go ahead and switch out into Gandichomp. Pretty much any move, I would imagine, from this kommo-o will be enough to take it out. He does go for the Dragon Claw. That will be a dead Garchomp for sure. And already a, so Quilliams23 taking a major blow early here, losing his Garchomp to the kommo-o. That kommo-o is at +4, I think. Just really, really devastating. Although, that recoil damage does hurt, and yeah, that with the poison especially, that thing is down to half. So in comes Raikou. This thing will not be able to outspeed kommo-o. Really interesting that he's going out into it. Oh, he does have Protect. That will help things. To Toxic Stall, that's pretty much what Quilliams has to do, but he is on the defensive because unless he gets that second Protect, yeah, I don't know if that... I think that thing will die next turn, so he has to... Oh, no, he's going to switch out. He's going to try to beta move. He's going to go out into, yeah, Thundurus here. I guess sack this thing off, because I don't think this thing is even going to live a hit. Oh, the Earthquake! That was a bit of a risk there by Captain B-Nard to do that. It does not quite die, though, unfortunately for Quilliams. And, yeah, he's just going to go for the Thunder Punch. That will definitely take this thing out. That was actually a mistake there by B-Nard. He should have went for, like, a close combat, which it would have hit anything. But taking 2 Pokemon down of Quilliams for just one of his, that is a huge early advantage here by Quilliams, as he is now up 5-4. So, B-Nard of Philadelphia goes out into Araquanid against the Raikou. And Quilliams, we're going to see if St. Louis can, well, get back in this thing. So, brutal miss there for Raikou, as B-Nard is able just to go for a Bug Buzz. Fortunately for Quilliams23, doesn't do that much. But that mixed Toxic is going to be, you know, isn't going to feel great. So B-Nard is going to go ahead and switch out into Slimer, his Goodra. I guess he would rather get the Toxic off on the Goodra, if I had to guess. Also, Goodra obviously has great special bulk, so it's going to take a hit from Raikou pretty easily. as it also gains some leftovers. So that's a pretty good move there for Quilliams to get the poison off on the Goodra. And yeah, he also has Protect, so we know he's going to try to Protect stall a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if B-Nard abuses this. No, he's just going to go for the Flamethrower. It's probably Assault Vest. Maybe not. Who knows? But either way, that Protect, he already knew he had Protect, so he knew he had a free turn there, but I guess he might not have been able to capitalize on it. Either way, yeah, Substitute, that's pretty huge. If I got the damage right from that Bug Buzz, this does look to be a specially bulky Raikou, and here we go. Quilliams is getting some advantage back here. This will break the sub, probably, but at -2, I don't think he'll be able to break a sub from this bulky Raikou, and yeah, that... Basically, the Raikou, I think, is going to get a free sub off here, even if he switches out Goodra. So, Quilliams23 is getting some advantage back here after the actually pretty devastating start. So, maybe St. Louis will be able to pull back here. And B-Nard basically does have to switch. He does go out into the Aggron, which is what I thought he was going into at first. And no, he just goes for the Protect. He should have went for the sub there, in my opinion. But no, he goes for the Protect. Okay. Yeah, it might have been a little bit of a mistake there. He would have had a free turn there against Aggron, although I'm not entirely sure what Raikou could do there. But either way, Slowking is going to come in. Like I said, I anticipated when B-Nard switched out to predict the Toxic and go out into Aggron, but he didn't do that, which is interesting to me. Because he let his Goodra get poisoned. But now he is just going to go ahead and get up those Stealth Rocks as, yeah, Quilliams goes out into Slowking. Would have been kind of interesting to see if he went for the sub there, although I don't know what the fourth move is on the Raikou. Maybe he doesn't even have an attack. That might be why it wasn't that good. But either way, Scald, that's not going to do that much to Goodra. That's going to do laughable damage. The Goodra is still Toxic Poison, though, so it will go down to half. So far, a pretty close match here. Slimer just goes for a Thunderbolt, which will be super effective, but it looks like Slowking took that okay. That was a crit, too. Ooh, a crit para. B-Nard got a... Oh, and a para hacks on the first turn! Oh my god, B-Nard got a little bit of luck against Visualize in the Conference Championship, and now getting some advantage here. Although that Slowking probably does have Regenerator, so it will get a little bit of HP back. But still, the paralysis is never a good thing. So here comes the Draco Meteor. Yeah, this is probably a physically bulky Miltank. So it probably is not going to like this. No, it takes it down to 65 HP. Once again, the item is almost certainly Chople. It should outspeed this Goodra and be able to take it out, though. No, he's just going to Miltank. Okay, get that thing healthy. That makes a lot of sense, especially with the Goodra at -2 special attack. It just makes a lot of sense to do that way. And, yeah, another Draco Meteor that at -2 shouldn't do that much. It'll probably take the Miltank down to about half. And I think Goodra has another turn after this. Actually, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, no, it's going to be taken out. So that's actually fortunate for B-Nard, because he gets the Miltank a little bit lower than he would if he had one more turn. All right, so in comes the Xerneas, the big, obviously, threat of B-Nard's team. The basically Poke God that he has, the Uber. And, yeah, Quilliams is going to go into Magearna, which is pretty much his check to this thing. But that sub for B-Nard could be huge. We're going to see if that sub actually makes a difference. Because, yeah, that's not going to let Magearna hit it right off the bat. And a Moonblast. That's interesting that he didn't pack a move to hit Magearna with his Xerneas, because that is resisted. That does laughable damage. That is probably an Assault Vest Magearna as well. And Iron Head. Physical Magearna? Doesn't this thing gets Flash Cannon, doesn't it? Wow. So yeah, something I never expected to ever see. A physical Magearna. I never expected to see that ever in my years of playing Pokemon. But there you go, Quilliams23, a little bit of a wrinkle there, and a Volt Switch. Okay, so wait, this thing does get, I'm going to go ahead and check, this thing does get Flash Cannon, so he has the Volt Switch as well. No, this thing does get Flash Cannon, right? What's the Iron Head for? I guess maybe because Xerneas has lower defense than does special defense, but you'd think that, well, this is, well, actually, Magearna has better attack than I gave it credit for. It's base 95. So, yeah, maybe, maybe that's why. That's a really interesting wrinkle. Quilliams is going to explain that one to me. But anyway, Miltank is now in here against the the Galvantula. In comes the sticky webs. So sticky webs are going to be a factor here against Quilliam's 23. As Toxic finally connects there with the Galvantula. So Galvantula is going to go ahead and break that sash if it does have it. And yeah, so it's a really close match right now, 4-4. Toxic is going to go back on Miltank. It wouldn't surprise me though if this Miltank has let's see, it has Milk Drink, it has Toxic, and we know it has Counter. Am I missing a move? I don't know. This thing obviously does have access to as a cleric. It's not aromatherapy. It's the aromatherapy-like thing. Heal Bell. That's it. I don't know if he carries it though, because yeah, you'd think you'd want at least like one damaging move. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, Raikou is going to come in here against the Galvantula. It will now be slower due to the sticky webs, so that's something to keep in mind. And a Thunder is coming here. It will be resisted, so I don't think it's going to do that much to the Raikou. And indeed it doesn't, but Quilliam's 23 has to be careful because he can get his Raikou poisoned here because the Galvantula will be faster and was revealed to have Toxic, so that's something that, no, he's not going to even try for. He's going to switch out. Okay, so he's going to go out into the, his Aggron again, so he's pretty confident about this Aggron against Raikou matchup, which does make sense because this is a Toxic stalling Raikou by the looks of things. And, okay, he's going to go for the Protect to get the Leftovers recovery. He doesn't think that Raikou has anything really to do to the free turn. He does get to see Earthquake, so that's a pretty smart play by Quilliams to keep his Raikou a little bit healthier than it would be otherwise. And, yeah, Raikou will switch out now and go out into Empress, the Slowking again. So, yeah, that's his, pretty much his check here. So, as you can see, Regenerator did activate on the Slowking. So I was right about that. And, yeah, now it has, you know, about 75% health, although we will have less after this EQ. Of course, Slowking has more special defense than it does defense, which is its main difference from Slowbro. And Quilliams is going to let this thing take another Earthquake, which will leave it down to 7 HP. Hopefully he doesn't get the Parahax here. He does not. Gets the Scald off, and these things can carry Flamethrower, but obviously with Filter, it wouldn't do that much. So he's better off, yep, just going for the burn like he tried. Unfortunately, he does not get the burn, and, yeah, the Slowking will be taken out, which does give B-Nard the advantage in numbers here, 4-3 again. So in comes the Miltank yet again, and, yeah, this thing obviously is designed just to take physical hits, but things are actually starting to look like it might be in B-Nard's favor now, as he is going to switch out for his Galvantula yet again. Pretty good switch there, and yeah, his last move on this Miltank is Seismic Toss, so that's going to do okay damage here, and unfortunately though, this Galvantula is going to get another turn, and a Thunder will not feel too pretty against this Miltank. So he is going to try to take one, and yeah, he should take one. If he's smart here, I think what he's going to try to do is Milk Drink. So there you go. The Milk Drink, he's going to try to Toxic Stall, though you have to be careful with that because obviously the Miltank is poisoned as well. I think this is not going to die this turn. Okay, so yeah, there's one more turn for that Galvantula, and then it'll be gone. Miltank is looking like it only has a few more turns as well. In comes Kane, the Incineroar. We haven't actually seen the Incineroar yet this match. So he's going to come in, get that Intimidate, and yeah, that's a wise play, knowing that Quilliams was just going to go for the Milk Drink to heal up to full, and yeah, the Toxic is going to still take its toll. It'll be interesting to see if Quilliams tries to just go for the Toxic here against Incineroar. No, he's going to switch, and he goes out into DeWitt again, the Raikou. That's interesting to let Raikou take a hit instead of trying to just get the Toxic off with his Miltank. But yeah, so Pressure's going to activate. I don't know how much it's going to do. He goes for the knockoff. Ooh, that's going to do some damage there. It's a stab knockoff. That will take down Raikou. So Quilliams 23 is now in a bind here. He goes back into the Miltank, and yeah, that was not a good switch. I don't know what he was expecting. Probably should have tried to get this thing Toxic poisoned, and now he has to go right back into the Miltank, and yeah, this guy is just going to go ahead and U-turn. Maybe that's what Quilliams 23 was expecting before, but B-Nard now making the plays he needs to make, and right back into the Galvantula with that pressure, and yeah, this not being able to... Yeah, there's the counter. Oh, the counter's going to take out the Galvantula. So he's going to use that U-turn against the Galvantula and take it out. So that was actually a pretty good play. I didn't see that one coming. But it is 2-3 again, and he still has the Xerneas. So, yeah, I don't know how he's going to take care of Xerneas at this point. He still has the Magearna, though, and the Magearna can be huge. So in comes Magearna. This thing, I mean, the Magearna is going to have to win it for him. If Quilliams is to win this season, it's going to have to be on the back of Magearna. There's no other way at this point. So, not very effective against Magearna, obviously. Ooh, he gets the special attack drop. That's not good for him at all. That was not a good start, especially since he has the Incineroar in the back. He's just going to go for the Moonblast. Okay, so this thing is going to take an Iron Head. And let's see what happens. No, he just goes for a Volt Switch. Alright, this is not looking good for Quilliams. Because now he's forced to go right back into Miltank. And this Miltank is going to take even more Stealth Rock damage. And this Miltank definitely can't take a Moonblast. That is pretty much only a thing that Magearna can do. So, yeah, this is looking bleak for the St. Louis Fletchinders. We might be looking at a Philadelphia Pidgeys championship here. There's the Moonblast, going to go ahead and hit that Miltank, take it out, and it is Magearna versus the world now. And that is basically the situation. Can Magearna take down Xerneas and Quilliams 23's, B-Nard's last two Pokemon? It's going to have to do everything. It's going to have to do it all. Let's go ahead and see if he has one more trick up his sleeve. So here comes the Moonblast. It is stabbed, but resisted. It does virtually no damage. Iron Head, gonna go ahead and do some damage, although keep in mind this thing was sticky webbed as well, and that is not a 2-hit KO either against Xerneas, and it looks like Xerneas is going to be taking home the gold here for Captain B-Nard. The Philadelphia Pidgeys are, I'm going to call it right now. He's only one more turn left in the match. So the Philadelphia Pidgeys are the NGDL4 champion, although Magearna able to take down Xerneas with a crit at the end, triggering Soul Heart, but B-Nard is probably just going to go straight into either of these works, because with the sticky webs, they should be faster, and yeah, Earthquake will be able to take it out. So, congratulations, Captain B-Nard, to Quilliams 23, man. Ooh. I mean, I think, yeah, I was rooting for you because I wanted to see you take this home. But it's always next season. Always next season. To Captain B-Nard and his Philadelphia Pidgeys, congratulations. You took home the gold. Kind of jealous. This young greenhorn guy going and taking my league before I'm able to even take one. But he had an excellent draft. I called it from the Power Rankings video that just the overwhelming bulk of this draft was going to take it, pull him through. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and that is the match. So yeah, there you have it. Another NGDL season in the books. Congratulations yet again to the Philadelphia Pidgeys. And so today's question of the day is going to be, which is a Pokemon you would like to see me use in a draft league? I think I am going to go ahead and join the PGBL4 if it ends up happening. If it doesn't end up happening, because Rude has not still sent me anything, I'll probably try to join another one before the end of, the USUM era. It won't be the NGDL5. I'm going to hold off on the NGDL5 for now. It'll probably be Sword and Shield, to be honest. But yeah, leave a comment about what Pokemon you would like to see me use, because I'll take a look at these comments, and it has to be a Pokemon I haven't drafted yet. I'm looking for a Pokemon that'll be interesting to build around, that I haven't drafted yet, so I'd be kind of interested to see what you, my viewers, would like to see me try to use. So leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later. And once again, congratulations to Philadelphia, and I'm really sorry, Quilliams. Rough loss there. The first couple turns were just brutal.